Yo, what's good, fam? Hey, get on up here. Sit down, pull you up one, I light you up one. You with your country cousin now. And we finna have us some porch talk. Let's do this. What's good, everybody? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, aka Peter Mac. Welcome back to the porch one more again. We back one more again. I'm actually recording this episode on Friday night instead of Saturday afternoon because I got somewhere I got to be tomorrow. I'm taking a little trip with a couple of guys that I work with. You'll see the pictures later on social media. I'm not gonna give away the surprise about where I'm going. It's just the spur of the moment. One of the guys I work with said, "Hey, let's go check this out." I'm like, "Bet." You know, I'm embracing adventure in life and just spur of the moment. You know, spontaneous shit. All in my 30s. I ain't really get to do too much of that in my 20s. One, just wasn't that big a risk taker. Two, I was a little broke. Well, ain't no little broke. I was very broke. And in my teenage years, I just wasn't a risk taker at all. I tried to play it real safe and sound. But one thing I have learned over the years that taking the straight and narrow path don't always get you an exciting life. Don't get you a life of fulfillment. Don't get you a life of enjoyment. So now that I'm in my 30s, I'm thinking outside the box a little bit more, starting to do a little bit more by myself, starting to do things I wouldn't normally do by myself, starting to talk to more people who I wouldn't normally talk to by myself, you know, just having more adventures and enjoying life more as we go. So happy to be back. Oh man, one thing that I am so happy and excited about, the Olympics is going on right now. Man, it's just, man, it looks like it's a time. They having a time in Paris. I mean, the opening ceremony, you had them going down the river in Paris on those boats, going through all the countries being represented, all the athletes. It was just amazing. But the number one thing that I love the most about the Olympics is the fact that my man Snoop Dogg had the flame. They let him carry the flame to light the torch, start the game in Paris. Oh my God, this Snoop Dogg, I don't care what nobody say, man. Snoop won in life. Unc has won. Oh my God, to go from being a Crip in Long Beach to becoming one of the most world-renowned rappers, gangster rappers as we know it, big-time weed head, and then to rebrand yourself, becoming a gospel artist. The man has a very popular and successful Pee Wee football organization that has sent many kids to college and a good number of those kids on to the NFL to make money as professionals. To being a person who dibbles and dabbles in cryptocurrency and all that stuff, you know, being best friends with Martha Stewart, and also now he's selling Skechers. This man is winning worldwide. This man is just, to quote what everybody's been saying, this man is just the king of side quest. Now Unc is living his best life and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm happy for it. I just want to know, I know that with Snoop Dogg carrying that flame for the Olympics, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the first time in history that the flame for the Olympics has been used to light up a spliff, a joint, a blunt, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is Snoop Dogg smoking. They don't tell her what the hell Snoop Dogg smoking. That man is such a champion weed smoker, man. I don't even know what he would call it. But yeah, just, man, he done won in life. He done won. And I was thinking about Snoop Dogg last night because I saw a clip from that competition he did on Netflix, I believe it's Rhyme and Reason, where the rapper from Inglewood, D-Smoke, had ended up winning the whole competition. And because I didn't watch it when it was out, you know, I was deployed when it came out. I didn't watch it, and I haven't really sat down and watched it, but I think I'm going to watch it because I actually fuck with D-Smoke music on a very heavy level. But for those y'all who don't know who D-Smoke is, he's actually the brother of R&B, neo soul, whatever you want to call it, singer Sir. Or Inglewood Sir, as most people know him as. That's actually his brother. So I'm not surprised that he you know, he's as talented as that, because I mean, just run his family. But anyway, in that clip, Snoop Dogg asked him, he said, where you from, man? And then D-Smoke said, Inglewood. And then Snoop asked him again, he said, where you from? And D-Smoke stood on business, he said, I'm from Inglewood. And Snoop did something we don't hardly ever see Snoop do. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Snoop lifted up them glasses, looked him in the eye with the most heartwarming smile, as if to say, young brother, I'm proud of you. You didn't fall victim of the trap that a lot of us fall into in L.A. County. Because if you from L.A. County, you know what that means. But if you're not from L.A. County, when somebody asks you out there where you from, that ain't, hey, we want to know exactly where you from. They asking what neighborhood you from, i.e. what set of a gang that you from. So when Snoop asked him that and he didn't answer that, I'm neighborhood Pyru, or I'm Inglewood fams, because I know that's the two main blood sets, or Pyru sets in Inglewood. So for him not to answer and say one of those or one of the other Crip sets, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I know a lot about the sets and stuff. I don't know the name of a lot, too many Inglewood sets, and I don't really want to give them names out anyway, because I ain't trying to have none of that smoke in my life. But for Snoop, is basically like to see that you came up from around there and you didn't fall victim to it, like, and that smile he gave me, it was like, it spoke volumes, man. But like, I'm real happy about Snoop being able to carry the torch for the Olympics. I'm also proud of Simone Biles. She took home the gold in gymnastics. I'm happy about that. Oh my God, it's good. It's good for us. I love us right now. I love us right now in the Olympics. We out there for a country that really ain't gave us, as brothers and sisters, kings and queens, whatever you want to call us, they didn't really give us a fair shot. We're going out there and we are dominating and putting it on the map for the world. Shakar, you up next, baby. We need you to go on ahead. We want you to bounce back like Juvie and get what you got that you supposed to got from Puerto Pigmo. Get what you supposed to got years ago, baby. Come on, be the new Flojo, because you already got the nails and all the accessories. Like, screw that. I ain't my bad, baby. Don't be in that flow. Be the first you. Show the world who you are and do what you know that you can do. Now just basketball, let's see what y'all gonna do. Soccer, let's see what y'all gonna do. But we gonna move on to some stuff in the Olympics that, Olympics ain't glorious for everybody. And especially one glorious for Italian female boxer Angela Carini. Angela Carini, she, I'm trying to word this right, because what happened to her, what had happened was she got in the ring and she didn't last 46 seconds with her opponent. Just anybody ever remember? Y'all remember when y'all was 4 years old and you was running around Kmart? You was with your mean grandmama who was sober that one time that she really sobered, and she already pissed because your mama don't never do nothing with your daddy. He ain't nowhere to be found, so she gonna carry the Kmart with her. And she told you, don't look at shit, don't touch shit, don't even ask for shit, but you decided to do it anyway. You remember how she whooped you after you did that? Well, that's what happened to Angela Carini when she came against Algerian boxer Amini Khalif. What happened with Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago looked like a mere tussling match between kindergartners over a game of tag your it gone wrong, because it was brutal. It was so bad, and I'm not gonna lie, based on Khalif's appearance, a lot of people thinking that Khalif might be transgender, and they believe that Angela Carini really stepped in there with a man. Because a lot of people say they believe that that was really a man. And the footage looked like a man beating up. It looked like some shit off of Lifetime, to be honest with you. You know how Lifetime movies go when the husband finally beat the wife, and they got that music playing, and it's she's screaming. That's somewhat how the footage look. And I'm not making fun of domestic violence, because I'm just trying to give y'all a visual image about how it looked. To actually quote political commentator Kevin O'Sullivan, he said that was a bloke beating up on a woman. For those of y'all who don't know, like, bloke is like a British term for man. He said that's a bloke beating up on a woman. That's what that is. I don't know why I try to do British and the Australian accent came out. Y'all gotta forgive me for that. But yeah, it was so everybody ain't having a good time in Paris, So yeah, just Lord, y'all pray for Miss Karina, because that can't be tough. She actually said she had never been hit that hard before, but like she actually said herself, she believed she was fighting a man, but it shouldn't have. I don't know what the particulars are, but that's got people up in uproar about that. Which probably gonna look like it's gonna end up being an age-old argument about identity versus biology. So yeah, that one wasn't too pretty. That was not one of the shining moments of the Olympics. Actually, moving on now. So last week I actually got to see the new movie Deadpool and Wolverine, and that movie there, oh my goodness, I haven't laughed that hard at a movie in theaters in a long time, because I go to the theaters. For those of you who don't know, one of my biggest pastimes, I love going to the movies. That was one of the things that I hated about when the coronavirus pandemic had started. You could not go to the movies, and going to the movies is something I love to do. I love to sit down. I love to go in there, get my ticket, sit down, sit through all those previews of movies I probably ain't gonna never see. 30 minutes of movies I'm never gonna see. Wait for Nicole Kidman to get up and talk about, we come to this place. That's how I'm not gonna give that particular movie theater advertisement, but we all know which movie I'm talking about, if you know what I'm saying. And then just the whole experience of just being in the theater, smelling the lights, smelling popcorn. If you're in the theater in the hood, the extra commentary you gonna get on the movie. You know what I'm talking about? Like, a woman is sitting there, man lying to, girl, I bet he cheating. Like, I'll never get one commentary that I got being in the hood theater. It's 2012, 2013 when Think Like a Man came out, and Michael Ealy had just pulled off from dropping Taraji P. Henson off in his busted ass Honda, and then lo and behold, in his fly ass whip pull up, it was Morris Chestnut. Boy, it was such mixed reviews. Half of the women, I was like, woo, hell yeah, oh shit, there you go. Other half of the women and even some men were like, nah, that shit ain't even fair. Come on, man, what the hell? That's not fair. But that's why I say I love going to the movies and getting ghetto commentary. Like I said, Deadpool was one of movies, like, because raunchy comedies, they don't really come out in theaters, but you like get them straight stream of Hulu, Netflix, or whatever. But that was a great theatrical experience. And one thing I do like about Deadpool was, I'm trying not to give away no spoilers, but all I'm gonna say is this: anybody who was in junior high school in the early 2000s, like maybe what 08, 09, maybe possibly 2010, and before the Marvel Universe was a thing where all the other movie companies was making their own Marvel movies and they just weren't quite hitting, well, if you were someone who enjoyed those movies, you're in for a treat, because oh my goodness, they threw it back for us. They really threw it back for us. I'm not gonna spoil it and say what it is. Just know when you go see it, you're gonna be like, oh damn, I forgot all about that. I felt like I was 15, 16 years old again, going to the movies and watching all the and this on this spoiler I'm gonna give y'all, the ending credits, they play Green Day's Time of Your Life, which took me back and almost made me shed a tear, because that was actually my high school graduation song. I know what y'all thinking, like y'all had to, I don't know who picked that shit, but it wasn't all the powers that be. Hell, we were trying to get Walk It Out to be our graduation song, but I don't know how they ended up with Green Day's Time of Your Life. But yeah, it was a very good movie, and to be honest, you know what I'm saying, I think, Deadpool series is actually a great series. I think maybe they can just end it right there. They can probably end Deadpool right there, because it just seemed like the ending, and y'all don't see what I'm talking about, the ending just seemed like it brought everything together. It made everything complete, which I don't know, because there was a couple scenes in the movie, it was like, okay, where the hell did that come from? What's going on with that? Why did y'all show that? So I can't give it away. I can't spoil it for y'all, but definitely go watch that, because it'll definitely, like I said, if you graduated between, I'm gonna say 2002 to about 2009, possibly 10 from high school, that's gonna definitely take you back in time. It's gonna definitely take you back in time. But now I'm gonna get on to why Deadpool was a series that was a good trilogy. I'm gonna get on to some movies that, not all trilogies to me are that good, or some stuff they need to just let die because it's ran its course and we don't need anything else. So I'm gonna get into a couple of movies. A couple of those movies, they were good. We don't need any more of them. Here we go. Number one series. We do not need another John Wick. Good God, we don't need another John Wick. And I don't get it twisted. I love Keanu Reeves. The man is just a wholesome human being. Who could hate Keanu Reeves? Every time you look up, this man then ran a burning building, saved the dog, and help her give birth to her whole little litter of puppies, while donate to charity all at the same time. So Keanu Reeves, he's like probably what Jesus would be if he walked the earth. But like John Wick, it's just boring now. Those headshots, all those moves, it's like, okay, man. Like first movie, like, damn, this is a bad boy. Second, we're like, he a bad boy. Third, we're like, okay, he doing it again. Fourth, we're like, god damn, okay, again, like Jesus. So we don't need any more John Wick. Another movie, I don't think we need any more of it. We don't need any more Fast and Furious. I know they said Fast 10 was gonna be that, but I don't believe them. I do not believe them. I do not believe them when they say that Fast 10. The next thing you know, they're gonna travel back in time. They're gonna go back in time to 1891. In 1910 or whatever. They're gonna be racing Model T's or some shit while they trying to stop the Ku Klux Klan from lynching people, or they gonna be, like I said, they gonna go back in time and stop slavery or stop the Civil Wars. I don't know. It's just ridiculous at this point. Like, how did the series start off about illegal car racing? Then it morphed into bank heist and matters of national security, and it just did morph because, like I said, the first one, legal street racing. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? That was real popular back then. Then the second one, it dealt with like illegal street racing. Then it gave way to them dealing with trying to take a drug dealer. I get it. Miami was hot at the time. Miami's always hot, but Miami, Florida was hot at the time. 02 to 07. Everything had to be Miami. In Miami, everybody, we all know cocaine come through Miami. The cocaine cowboys, Tony Montana, Scarface, all that. So we get it. Okay, if it's gonna be Miami, you gotta make it by the drug cartel, whatever. I totally get that. So I wasn't mad at that. Tokyo Drift, one of the fans. fan of Tokyo Drift, but I understood Tokyo Drift. But this is when the water started getting murky in it, because Tokyo Drift, Han got killed. Then you go back and it was what they had Fast and Furious, where Dom and Brian kind of hooked back up, and then Fast 5, they broke out jail, now they fugitives of law. Then here comes Han coming back, and like, wait a minute, I thought your ass was killed in 3. So then comes like Fast Furious 6 or whatever the hell it was, that first of all made me mad about 6. I don't know what runway they was on. This has been a debate for over 10 years. I don't know what fucking runway they was on, but ain't no runway that long. And even then, those little 6 little Fiats or Mini Coopers or whatever the hell they was got, they're not pulling down no C-130. They're just not gonna do that. And then at the end, Han talks about going to Tokyo because he done lost his girlfriend, and it's like, oh, so all this shit take place before this. Well, then wait a minute, his phone wasn't out when that came out. That song was being played, wasn't released when. So what the hell is going on? Then now they're in outer space, and now they flying cars off the roof of shit at Abu Dhabi. They got rocket packs and shit on it. Like, man, what is this? Is this Mario Kart or is this a movie? I don't even. Good God Almighty. So yeah, just the other guy, y'all. Whatever studio, please. Stop green lighting them movies. Paul Walker is gone. R.I.P. to a legend. Y'all should have ended it after the last one, after his untimely death. Please do not have another damn Fast and Furious movie. Please don't. And another series I want them to stop, and this one I want to say that it hurts my heart, but it doesn't, because it's lost its way. It's lost its way. One, because I've watched this series blossom from me being a little 6-year-old boy to now I'm 35 years old. They don't need to make another Bad Boys movie, and that's nothing against them, because Lord knows I love me some Will Smith as Mike Lowry and some Martin Lawrence as Marcus Burnett. And anybody will tell you, I was shooketh when Captain Howard, played by Joe Pantoliano, caught it in Bad Boys for Life. I was. But we don't need another Bad Boys movie. Now I'm gonna run you through the timeline of Bad Boys. I remember being 6 years old, hearing about this movie in 1995. Now you gotta remember, in 1995, both Will Smith and Martin Lawrence were the top echelon of black entertainment on television. Will Smith was killing it on NBC with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Martin was killing it on Fox with his self-titled show, Martin. So I remember seeing the trailer for the first time. I'm 6 years old. I'm shocked. Like, Martin and Will Smith are going to be in a movie together? Oh, snap. Oh, and I begged my mom and dad to let me go see that movie. And they was like, no, you can't go see this movie. It's rated R. You don't need to be seeing nothing like that. Now, that's funny they said that I don't need to be seeing that movie, because growing up, I had watched New Jack City all the time, Boys in the Hood all the time, South Central all the time, and the Five Heartbeats all the time. And then when I also remember them letting me watch Minister Society one time. So I was like, you don't want me to see that, but you let me see all these other movies with cussing and drug abuse and sex and shit in there. I didn't understand it. So I didn't get to watch Bad Boys right away. I actually watched Bad Boys like 2 weeks before Bad Boys 2 came out. I watched it on TV, and even then I found out later that there was a lot of stuff edited out once I got a DVD. Love the movie, love the chemistry, the humor, is everything that was in Bad Boys 1. Just the right amount of action, great amount of comedy. Then you got Bad Boys 2, comes out in 2003. Fire ass soundtrack. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that was the last of the great film soundtrack, because it was once upon a time, if y'all remember when you knew a movie was gonna be fire based on what you heard on the soundtrack. You heard the soundtrack, oh yeah, this movie gonna be this movie finna bust, man. This movie finna be busting, man. Now movies don't really do that. The movie doesn't align with the soundtrack anymore. And I think right after Bad Boys 2 is when that stopped. Good amount of action. Good amount of humor. And even the way they intertwined the two was just wonderful. The action is like, it was a lot of action, but it was believable. Except for Will Smith and his trigger discipline. Now, anybody who, if you deal with guns, like, growing up, I thought, oh man, Will Smith, he just, them bad boy shooting them guns like that. But now since I've been in the military and I done handled guns, I cringe watching Will Smith trigger discipline and Bad Boys 2. But it's still one of my favorite movies. Watched it like all the time for like a year straight. Like watched it like 3-4 times a week for about a year straight. Love that movie. And that's where it should have ended, because Bad Boys for Life, we didn't really need one. Okay, this is my thing. Why I'm not a. I'm kind of. I'm just gonna be honest. They old. Them two niggas old. They old. They 50 something years old. And hell, Martin's about to be 60 next year. That shit ain't believable no more. Like all that stuff they had them doing, it just ain't. Like, I'm like, okay, it's over the top. We don't need to. And then some of the timelines not adding up in the movie. Like, for instance, in Bad Boys 1, Will Smith's character told Martin's character, I have been your partner for 8 years. I've been your homeboy my whole life. You get to Bad Boys for Life, Captain Howard pulled Mike Lowry, Will Smith's character out of at the academy, had him go underway, slept with the Bruja, that was a Latin woman that was in there. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what y'all said in the other movie. Then you fast forward, then you got Bad Boys Ride or Die, I was like, okay, you got these old niggas doing this again, it's not believable. Then out of nowhere you got the professor who killed herself from Power Book 2 Ghosts. She's married to Mike Lowry now, and her and Will Smith, that lady and Will Smith, they had no kind of chemistry. She was very nice to look at. I'm happy they put her in there, but she didn't have no chemistry. They should have had him with the Hispanic captain who was revealed to be his ex-girlfriend. Then they, just like they did that, they didn't have them get back together. They threw him with her, and then they never really said what happened to him and Gabrielle Union at the events of 2. Then the oh my goodness, the villain's lair that they had. I'm watching this throughout the whole movie scene. I said, this look like some shit from Donkey Kong Country 2. What the hell is this? What is this? The Legion of Doom or some shit? What kind of Legion of Doom ass hideout is this? But then they ended up saying that it was an old shut down theme park. I'm like, okay, this is just so cartoonish. And then the action, all this action was over the top. It was don't get twisted, like Armando and Reggie, them two dudes did their thing. Cause Armando was like on some Jet Li meets Jean-Claude Van Damme meets Jason Statham shit in that prison scene, but that boy did the damage. And then Reggie was on some Negro John Lynch. He was Jawan Lynch. Not Jawan Lynch. Jawan Wick. He was on like John Wick. He was Jawan Wick. That man was just, and it was like, love to see it, it was good, but it was just, I was like, come on, man, this is, y'all doing too much now. And I'm just like, okay, cool, and I'm gonna rock with the series because I grew up on it. But I can't do it no more. And everybody's talking about, dude, they need to do a spinoff with Reggie and Armando. No, they don't. Y'all, this Ride or Die, they need to just go ahead and let it die. It rolled, and now it need to die. Just let it go ahead and die. And like I said, I've grown up with this from 6 years old. The child who had to ask, can I get a cup of Kool-Aid, to now I'm 35 and I don't want to even drink no Kool-Aid before I go to sleep because I'm trying to maximize all my sleep. I ain't trying to get up and piss in the middle of the night. So that's just let it go. Let it go. It had its run. it's a wrap. Let it go. Let the movies go. That's been all my time, man. I have for y'all today. I'm about to get ready to get off the porch. I need to give me something to eat, and I'm tired, working hard this whole week. Y'all know where to find me on Facebook. Y'all see how I spell my name. Find me on Instagram, PDMac10. You find me on TikTok, PDMac89. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, we also need to clear the record. Something I need to say. So come to my attention, all the stuff we knew about Madam Vice President Kamala Harris has been a lie. We were lied to all these years. She did not throw all those men in jail like we thought. Of the 1,900 men that she prosecuted, only 45 actually got convicted. The rest got slaps on the wrist. So I can admit when I'm wrong about something, Madam Vice President. We owe you a huge apology. Still, I'm just still mad that you had to leave the brothers alone and marry that Jewish fella that you married. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think I know why she did it. Because she was married, not married, she was dating Montel Williams. Y'all remember Montel? If you my age, y'all remember coming home from school seeing Montel Williams talk show. He was right there between Ricky Lake and Sally Jesse Raphael and Jerry Springer. My mama said she never trusted Montel Williams. She said she always thought he gave off like a selloutish type vibe, like he just would dog women out. And I think that's what happened with Kamala Harris and him, because if you see that video that's been circulating with her and him when she got that white dress on, she glowing because she glowing like that boy putting that thing on her. Like he was laying that thunder to her. So that means if you laying that thunder to her, he was lying. He was going out there laying that thunder to somebody else. You know, black women would do that. Once a brother hurt a sister, when one brother mess it up for everybody, she ain't coming back. She gone, and she ain't never finna mess with another nigga again. Y'all just ask J-Lo. We ain't seen J-Lo with a nigga after Diddy had her ducking shots in the club back in 99. But yeah, that's been my time, man. Y'all be cool, stay calm, and get paid. Peace.